Okay, prologue. What makes this game different if you've never seen it before? First of all, you're doing disservice. Close the stream right now. Buy the game, play it. It's beautifully casually, and it's also beautifully speedrunning. It's really a work of art. But this game has only 3 major controls, which is jumping, climbing, and spoiler alert: in 10 seconds we're gonna be dashing. So a lot of our speed tech revolves around that dash mechanic that you'll see here with this little bird.
Man, you just ruined the whole plot.
Yeah, sorry.
Everything. It's not even worth playing at this point. Come on, man.
Come on, bro. Okay, but yeah, because this is like, we're pretty deep in the tournament, we're not going to go too much explaining and holding the viewer's hands through everything. Although we are on Speed Gaming 1, it's nice to be a little bit more viewer-friendly, but you'll see all the speed tech here. It's a nice little playground here in Forsaken City, as we'll see super jumps or dash jumps, which is basically when you dash and then you jump. We'll also see hyper dashes, which is when you dash down and in a direction and then you jump. That gives you a lot of speed, as you'll notice here. And there's also wall bouncing, which is if you dash upwards parallel to a wall and close to a wall, you can kind of bounce up it. And later we'll be talking about ultra dashes, which is basically if you hyper dash and then you hyper dash again. It's faster than hyper dash.
Yeah, we probably won't see that in 1A though. Actually, let's see, maybe? No, okay, I thought flarebear might go for that.
There's one strat, yeah, that goes for it. It looks like here already, sonic33blaster eating an early death and flarebear just accelerating. Very confident city from him.
Yeah, this was really good from flarebear so far. And just as I say that, he misses up a few wall jumps. Let's counter this curse right there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Forsaken City is one of those splits that I'm going to be real. In a race, it really doesn't matter too much. It's so incredibly short. Wow, that was very very questionable by Flare, but second try will be the charm.
That's a sad one too. That loses quite a bit of time.
Yeah, that last
I think he just got a misinput, it seemed like. Just wrong direction. So
Sonic is also, yeah.
It's kind of interesting seeing this last strat because people usually have different setups. So even if you saw it, like both flarebear and Sonic did like slightly different setups and how they like climb up the left wall. It's like a bajillion ways to do that.
And that's what's so interesting about this game as a speedrun is that I feel like strats matter so little in comparison to execution.
Oh yeah.
And just you can see 2 top runs and they'll almost be totally different. They'll both be completely mind-boggling to the average viewer, but they can be completely different.
Yeah, there's definitely like some quirks certain runners have, and like how they like, you know, tackle the game. If they go for insane strats or just clean movement.
Of course. Regardless, we're here in Old Site. This is another very short chapter that, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't matter too much. But you know, it's always very nice to save those couple of seconds or whatever it may be over your competitor. This chapter,
games up here.
Of course. Chapter optimally is about a little bit less than 2 minutes long. Of course, we'll see how runners fare in that department.
Wow. Oh. That was an unfortunate death from flarebear.
Yeah.
He goes for a kind of weird spread there, but I guess it works out for him.
And this is probably not trying to commentator's curse here, but room flare on right now, most important room in Old Site. If you die here, it could be very punishing. Okay.
flarebear played it really safe.
Yeah. I think he bonked into a wall and just took it safe.
Yeah. If you notice, he didn't fast forward at all at the last room. Which is like, fair enough in a race especially. It just saves like very little time and it's kind of risky. I respect it. Let's see what Sonic does. Oh, Sonic actually goes for a few fast holds.
Ooh, not getting his dash back there. He's taking it fairly safe, I feel.
Yeah.
And even on his screen already, I'd assume he's probably off to a couple more early deaths than he'd like to have.
I didn't check too much, but yeah, probably. Actually, I saw one death in one of the Badland rooms. Oh, that was Oh, I thought they were about even, but
Yeah.
Alex still has a wake to do. My bad.
Whoops.
Alright, so Flare getting into resorts. Bunch of cycles. He does slightly slower spread there. That's interesting.
Maybe a safety thing. I have no idea. Of course, I feel like a lot of thing is that some people don't like learning new strats just because it's a lot of muscle memory, and it's kind of weird to just completely change it. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. You got through the first like big room of resort pretty handily though. That's always good.
Sonic Blaster here at his feet, entering the resort as we speak. Ooh, I'm dropping bars. Wow.
You better tell
Sonic
me that
Blaster's
was intentional.
Sonic Blaster is going for a different room in the starting room, but yeah, as long as he takes it out cleanly, we should see similar times. Yeah, but it's only the start.
I feel like especially in this chapter, you can reduce just people playing safely in races. Just given that, you know, if you die, you don't only lose the time from the death, but just, you know, you have to deal with a different cycle.
Yeah, and that can be quite punishing. And especially, I know, the first two chapters are very short, approximately 1 minute and 2 minutes respectively. Approximately. But this third chapter can take upwards of 5 minutes for a lot of runners, so it's definitely quite a skill gap. A difficulty spike, that's the proper term.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Even for a casual run and a speed run.
I feel like this is always like the kind of make or break run in actual the make or break chapter.
Yeah.
In runs. Like this is definitely the biggest difficulty spike in the first like 20 minutes of the run.
Like you can get you can gold both city and old site, but until you're out of resort, you don't really have a run. Spike jump here on Flarebear, second try. Oh, never mind.
What happened there?
I think he didn't get the full height off of it. He dashed too early.
I think you get that weird glitch where you, like when you get like too low on a wall and you do a wall jump or climb jump.
Yeah.
For some reason you don't get height. It's really weird.
You like hit the bottommost pixel.
Yeah, exactly. And then you just don't
get height. That.
Same.
I think it actually. I don't know if there are any like speedrun applications for that. That'd be interesting.
No, I don't think so. The thing where I always see it is in that one room in that one auto scroller skip in 7A that we'll get to eventually.
Ah, yes.
Happens to me all the time there.
Sonic Blaster not struggling as Flare did on that auto scroller skip, but still, the lead from old site is still in Flare's advantage here. That did not make incredible amounts of sense, but that sentence I just spoke.
It's good enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
they're getting stuck a bit.
Yeah.
Just hugging the wall a bit. No problem.
Bye-bye, S. That's an interesting strat in that room. From
yeah, I was just about to point out too.
That's kind of like an odd strat that's like faster than what most normal people do, but not as fast as the fast strat. Ooh.
I see Flarebear overshooting like a bunch of gaps here. I don't want to call it, but it might be nervousness. Let's see.
Maybe? I don't know.
I sure hope not. But
this is an elimination match, so loser packs their bags.
The lower.
Lower.
They're in here, buddy.
Sorry. Oh. Flarebear on the hardest room in the game here. Not a meme. This room is terrible.
Yo, I agree. Big time.
That would, if I had to make a list of top 5 rooms that I didn't fail in my casual playthrough, but I fail in every speedrun, that list would probably be, it would be top 3, that room.
Easy. Like 3, for sure.
Yeah. Probably a #1 contender. I don't know. Nothing else comes to mind, but I'm sure as we get later on in the run, they'll come to mind.
It's definitely up there.
Here's a pretty, yeah, a pretty room out of Flarebear. Quad hypers. Looks very cool. Not actually incredibly hard once you got that muscle memory down.
This is actually decently close with us, though.
Yeah. In terms of their chapter time, actually, it looks like Sonic Blaster is currently ahead in Chapter 3.
Yeah.
Alright, Oshiro. That hotel manager that we just helped out, he's now mad at us. Oh, bad death from flarebear. But yeah, he's going to lock onto our vertical position every once in a while, give it a little lightning bolt, and he's going to dash at us. Normally... Oh yeah,
go ahead, sorry. No.
Anything, please. But yeah, usually our strats around this room are crafted in such a way that we're just so fast that we don't have to worry about him. However, if we do ever get off cycle or off our normal strategies, you'll see runners will frantically attempt to avoid Oshiro.
Oh, that death right there was a bit sad.
Yeah.
He just like accidentally bunked the spring and like sprung right into the dust bunny. Probably not too happy about that one. Let's see how flarebear does in the final room. This is definitely one of the harder rooms.
Setting up the commentator's curse, odd bod.
Oh boy, you're right.
Flarebear though, not phased at all by it.
Fine.
Sonic there actually looks like he immediately retried the room when he entered it, if I caught that.
This is what we call the commentator's blessing.
Yeah. Everyone hates the commentators when it goes wrong, but when it goes right, I don't know. Where's the credit?
Yeah.
Regardless. Sonic Blaster.
We're almost tied up.
Yeah, not too far behind actually. Definitely gained time in that resort.
Actually, did you see the chapter time of flarebear? Sonic got a 5:25. I'm not certain what flarebear got, but either way, he definitely made up time. That's the point. Nice. Flarebear goes for the ultra strat right there.
Yeah. Pretty strat. It looks even better when you get that corner boost. That is Craigasm, I'd say. Of course, Golden Ridge, we have bubbles, clouds, and wind. That's about defining characteristics of it.
Don't forget the moving platforms, man.
Oh, yes.
They feel like
we have those moving blocks.
Alright, spike jump coming up. Easy first try, as always.
I feel like Ridge is one of those chapters where your flow just matters so much. Your flow between rooms. I mean, it's important in every chapter, but I feel like just Ridge has a lot of condensed short rooms. Is that the Ultra Strat? Flarebear?
Yeah.
Straight flexing.
In a race, too.
Yeah.
So that one saves a second. If you mess it up, it was 10 seconds, so definitely worth to go for. But I mean, it looks swag, so you have to go for it.
It's worth it, you know?
Yeah, that, like, in a race environment, for sure.
Here's the normal strategy at a Sonic, yeah.
You know, I respect it too. Alright, auto-scroller skip coming up from flarebear. And he skips the auto-scroller skip. Respectable.
Alright, actually it's been a pretty solid Ridge for Flarebear standards, I would assume, because I haven't really seen any major mistakes out of him.
Oh no, it was pretty good actually.
Yeah, coming into Cliff Face, I feel like this is where a lot of runners are prone to these mistakes. Very harsh winds, so we're going to have to make really good usage out of our dashes.
I feel like this especially ties in with like what you said earlier in terms of like just how it flows with Ridge. Because so the way the wind works is you can really easily work against it if like you dash correctly, because your dash almost negates like the negative momentum you get from the wind. But if you do mess up, then once in a while you can't get past the wind easily. It will, you know, it will add up quickly. It's hard to recover in these kind of rooms.
Flare's actually looking very solid though.
Oh, whoa! Relax there, buddy.
This is gonna give you a speeding ticket for that one, yeah.
This is the lowest bracket, buddy.
He goes for like the TAS spike jump. I don't even know what that is. Regardless, he will close out Golden Ridge.
You know what that is? That is losing time for swag, and I respect that. I respect that.
I as well respect that.
He lost 2 seconds for no reason other than to swag. Good stuff to him. That's what wins races.
Yeah, still a pretty good racer on our hands here as we enter chapters 5. I don't know why numbers are hard for some reason. But Mirror Temple, spookiest chapter in the game. Very dark later on. We have these guys called Seekers, which we'll get into later. We have red bubbles, which are like green bubbles or blue bubbles, whatever color you think they are. And they go a lot further. And we also have dash blocks, which we might see here if Flarebear goes for a strat.
Oh.
Very disappointing.
What a tease too, he kind of set up for it, and then he just... Oh wow.
I'll have to talk to that one with him at the end of the race, but... Why is someone's name Full Clear 7A?
Dude, that guy's a legend.
I've never seen this meme before.
Oh wow. Is that a meme? Come on, dude, wow. Okay. My co-commentator, really rude right here. I can't believe it. No, just kidding.
I just bought the game 2 days ago, so...
Oh, that's a big same for me. That's why I was upset earlier when you, like, spoiled the story in the prologue.
Of course.
Because quite frankly, we haven't finished this. Either way, Flarebear entering this section, I believe they're called Seekers. I wouldn't know, I haven't played this game.
Right. They do something like dashing, like how Madeline dashes.
I think they might chase you or not. But I feel like we might find out in this upcoming session, or section, that might be called Unraveling, or may not be called Unraveling, who knows. So can I get your opinion on Unraveling? Do you like this section? Can I get your opinion on Unraveling? Do you like this section?
Unraveling is one of those segments where I think it's super satisfying to do right, but it's very easy to go wrong because these Seekers are actually quite ruthless in their AI. If you've played this game casually, you know that these guys, like, it feels like another human is controlling them. It doesn't feel realistic. Of course, we have good strategies that make it so that, like, Flarebear will do right here. He'll bop the Seeker right into the lock switch. But, like, if you ever make, like, one wrong input and you have to play on these guys when you don't have a set strat, it is extremely frustrating. Yeah. And especially in the room Flarebear is in right now, if you die in this room, it's quite long. Now that I've set up the commentator's curse...
Oh, he plays it safe,
he's gonna take his time.
Dude, people say there's no RNG in this game, but I swear, they're lying. Those guys are super RNG. And you can't prove me otherwise.
Okay, so here, Flarebear is gonna get 2 keys. I think?
Wait. Oh, whoa.
Okay, didn't see that one in the IGN walkthrough. That's pretty weird.
Wow.
Damn, that's crazy.
Dude, we are so good actors. Hell yeah.
Yeah, like that one time I acted like I got a 30-31, even though I spliced the run.
Oh, dude, same.
Wait, what? Okay, just checking. All the top runners use macros, right?
Oh yeah. Especially my hero TGH, but that's a... Dude, Flarebear just suffered the worst step.
Yeah, okay, that's an annoying room to die in.
Because, so the thing about that room is, if you die in it, like, there's no good recovery, you're just gonna have to reset, because there's no, like, you can't really do the setup anymore.
Okay, so fun fact about Celeste here, the main character of Madeline, she actually lifts weights. And she's actually able to lift this, like, human being that's twice her size in a crystal. And you're actually able to do that at, like, close to light speed. You can actually, like, go through solid objects, like a spike, but that's only in a task. But basically, this is the rescue section, or what we like to call the Theo section. We get to carry Theo, and while we're holding Theo, we can't dash, but you can do this weird thing that's kind of like, I can only describe the property as storing momentum, where if you dash into Theo and then pick him up, you still maintain that dash momentum.
Oh, you want to be super nerdy about it? What's actually happening is, you preserve all the momentum, but you switch the state without, like, there's usually a transition in like how the game handles dashes and doesn't handle dashes. and like you skip that transition and just instantly switch the state that Madline is considered in when you pick up Theo. That is just as nerdy as you'll get in this commentary, but
this is why I'm reminded that like you're incredibly better at this game than me, and you've been playing it for an incredibly longer time, and I have no idea why I have a better leaderboard spot than you. Regardless.
Yeah, sure, yeah, okay. That seems unrelated, but thanks.
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
Okay, so it turns out it's actually impossible to outrun your own reflection. That's like the kind of stuff that like maybe your elementary school, like your vice principal had on like the wall when like you came in and you were misbehaving. But that's what the game's gonna tell us here. Chapter 6, Reflections.
It's like I'm 14 and this is the kind of subreddit stuff.
Yeah.
That's what this...
Lake skip, flarebear.
Oh.
He's gonna skip that death animation because he has to see it again. Okay.
Alright, we're professionals. Chill. Okay, that's the third one.
Okay. Get a counter going. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, take a seat, get comfortable, get a drink, use the bathroom.
So what is supposed to happen is... Yeah, exactly that.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly that. So I don't know what that freak he was seeing on the left side there, but usually what you do is you go down right there like he just did. I have no idea what the heck he did on the left side.
Yeah, I didn't see that one in the IGN walkthrough. Wow, that's a really bad death.
No business there.
I'd say with that feather control, flarebear is probably playing on keyboard.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. You know, those don't look like digital angles on those feathers, but yeah, probably.
Sonic Blaster actually kind of messed up the feather portion right even before the lake, which is a feels bad man.
Yeah, okay, so Sonic Blaster's gonna make up some time here because for some, like, he actually doesn't waste his time on the left side.
Yeah, maybe there's some weird RNG manipulation, but we're already past the Seekers, so I don't know what flarebear was doing.
Yeah. Couldn't have said it better. Just questionable decision making is what we call this.
Oh yeah, these are Kevin blocks, and basically they're called crush blocks, but if you call them crush blocks, then you'll get disowned because they're called Kevin blocks. And that's because the person who made the noise, the beautiful that noise, his name was Kevin, so yeah.
I thought the block was called Kevin. Well, the more you know.
It depends on the block, I'd say.
Do you think they all have individual names?
I think depending on the size of the blocks, I could say blocks with the same shape have the same name. I just think I'm not the one to make that decision.
That's respectable.
They're also bumpers, and they kind of blow for a speedrun thing. They're very simple in concept. It's like, think pinball. If you enter it at one angle, you get sent out at the opposite reverse. However, for a speedrun, it's really annoying because it's often kind of precise to get the same angle on it, and we kind of want to do the same thing every time. So yeah. Flarebear, though.
Wiggle around for God knows what reason.
Yeah, moving bumpers. Shout out to that one room in Core A in ARB. That room sucks.
Wait, I was... Okay, so I have to correct myself here. He is playing on analog stick, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Because I'm pretty sure you played that big room on D-pad. I was really confused here. After all the smack I was talking. Something to notice is that both these runners went for the quote-unquote old routes. So they both went for the room that Sonic Blaster is currently in. Yeah, exactly. The room that Sonic Blaster is currently in. So we actually know now that the upper route is faster, but I guess the lower one is safer and easier, so yeah, that's probably why they still chose to do it.
Flarebear, water section death. Another one. Oh boy.
There's something about water in Flarebear today.
Yeah, I don't know. Someone in chat asks, why are they doing all the ARB strats for Chapter 6?
ARB stands for all radical boobies.
Okay, so this is Battle Line boss fight. Battle Line, of course, is the goth gamer that we've been chasing this whole time with the very long hair.
GF.
Goth GF. I cannot say anything about the rest of the phrase. I cannot confirm nor deny, but regardless, this section is most notable for having the Hey Ya song, has a TGH emote from the Celeste OST, Confronting Myself. It's pretty good.
I thought that was from Outcast.
Yeah, that works too. I mean,
Oh, wow.
regardless, basically, since Battle Line is our alter half, we're gonna solve conflicts like anyone solves conflicts, which is you take that negative emotion, you put it onto a character, and then you hit it a couple like tens of times. So that's what Madeline does, at least.
Man, after all the swag that flarebear's been doing, I'm kind of disappointed he didn't go for that one strat, but I respect it.
Yeah, Reflection, I feel like is the Battle Line section in general just has a lot of like really niche swag strats, but in general it's actually kind of hard to lose time as long as your execution is smooth.
Yes.
Ooh, Flarebear almost caught me there. He almost died in that at the end of that big feather room.
So in the Battle Line section, the one thing you kind of can like make like save or lose frames on, so to say, is like every time you hit Battle Line, she kind of swings you like backwards, and so you can cancel out that with dash. So that's like the one thing to pay attention to, I guess. It's like how fast they cancel out of that pullback animation. Oh,
that's annoying. Yeah, a lot of the Battle Line rooms are actually very long, so deaths at the end are very punishing.
I feel like this section is like the section that feels the most like your goal is just to not die in a speedrun.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Feel like there's not too much movement tech going on. It's mostly just, you know, not messing up.
Just don't die, forehead.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
That's why I can't get world record.
Ah,
I keep dying. Yeah.
All makes sense now.
Okay, by the way, the music changed, and Battle Line gets like telekinesis for like 4 rooms. I don't really know why that happens, but it does.
It's probably some lore reason.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you wouldn't know.
I still haven't played this game.
You only played the game for 2 days after all.
Okay, commentator's curse here, Flarebear. Very long room. Dang, that didn't work out.
What a douche move. Come on, man.
Okay, he's gonna level up, which means his HP goes up to 1.4, and that he actually unlocks a new move. He gets to improve his dash ability. It's also worth noting. Wow. Okay. It's worth noting that your HP actually rounds down, so that 1.4 is actually gonna go down to 1. So quite unfortunate.
Man.
Yeah, he chooses to go down the dash skill set. Gets a second one. Something like that.
Okay, pink now. What happened to that, man?
Well, basically, we skipped the cutscene in this game, and there's actually like, you know, in Undertale, how, like you date the characters.
What? Spoilers?
Okay, okay, but basically,
yeah, all right, cool.
There's a nice cutscene where Madeline and Battle Line go on a date, and Madeline fixes her hair up before, and she decides to dye it pink. That's some lore for you.
I didn't want to play Undertale anyway. Thank you, though.
I'm sure TGH doesn't want to either.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, the summit. It's the longest chapter in the game, also the hardest chapter in the game, because you have 2 dashes, and if you sucked with 1 dash, good luck being any better with 2. That's all I have to say. It's the longest chapter in the game. We go through kind of small sections of each previous chapter, and we get like this very anime, like swirling around in the sky, talking about your past, and we skipped that part, so I don't know.
That was like synchronous death animation.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, we kind of got lost on Flarebear a bunch of times, but sonic33blaster is actually doing really, really good here.
He's been holding his ground, definitely.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't want to call it, but this might be PB pace. I'm not certain though. He's definitely, he had a decent run.
He
so
entered
his PB
at 2610, and his PB is 3719, so he'd need, what, 11-minute summit?
Yeah, that might be possible.
Well, we'll keep that in mind as we proceed.
So flarebear around one section ahead now.
Approximately 500 meters ahead.
Yeah, alright. I see what you did there.
Fun fact is that the meter proportions are actually not accurate. Even though each section is 500 meters, they're not actually the same in terms of how tall all the screens are. Very disappointing. The game was not as realistic as I hoped. And if I were to own the game, I would give it a negative review.
Write an article about it. That sounds definitely interesting. I want to hear more about that.
Yeah. Proportions in video gaming?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. I'm all about that.
Heck yeah.
Frick yeah.
Okay, hyper dashes, dream hypers from flarebear. We've been so investigating our own nonsense, but flarebear is straight flexing right now. Dream hypers are they're not very hard to do. The problem is that they're kind of precise, and if you fail them, you just usually end up dashing straight down, and it's kind of funny to see. So a lot of times only runners that are either very confident or very skilled go for them.
It's like when you miss them, you do the thing that you want to do the least. Just dash out.
It's quite funny.
So let's see, I doubt sonic33blaster is gonna go for them, but maybe? Generally that thing that makes them hard is just kind of precise timing.
Yeah.
So flarebear actually nailed all of them, I believe, which is, you know, in a race setting like this, really good.
Definitely.
Good execution for sure.
Sonic33blaster is actually going to eat the spikes there. Does not even need to attempt Dream Hypers to dash straight down.
flarebear having a bit of trouble with this room, all of them.
That's an interesting.
Oh.
Triple Hyper Room. Ultra.
That's a shame.
Okay, interesting. Only going for 2 Ultras.
Well, so I think what happened is, like, he didn't get the second Ultra, so he couldn't do the
Yeah,
rest
I
of
kind of
them.
lost a bit of speed. I see that.
That sometimes happens with that strat, it's a shame. So, I mean, I guess, just in case that people missed it, like, when we say Ultra, just, like, dashing down left or down right at high speeds.
Interesting to note again that most of the speed tech, all of the speed tech in this game is actually like intended by the developers. If you end up playing the B-sides, 7B or like, I believe 7B they teach you wall bounces and 7C they teach you hyper dashes.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. No, 8C I think it's where
8C. Did I say 7C?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so,
8C.
yeah.
It's 8C. But so it's actually kind of cool. The speedrun has minimal glitches, especially because we patched it out. So.
You want to talk about that? Oh, whoa!
That snowball from flarebear.
Yeah.
That looked like that hit him. I don't know.
That was in his face, like, oh boy.
Like, you know, like when something happens in Celeste, and you're like, I just disagree with that. Like, the game's
All the time.
like, I disagree with the fact that flarebear survived there. That snowball hit him straight in the face. That was like TGH's profile picture. You know that one?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I know all about it.
I relate to it on a spiritual
Flarebear
level.
I wish flarebear got hit in the face. Come on, man. Especially like, you know, professionalism aside, I'm kind of rooting for Sonic here. But don't tell Flare after.
Alright. Chat. We all agree.
No snitching, alright?
No snitching. Yeah, Sonic here actually isn't like incredibly far behind.
Yeah,
Again,
this is...
He's been keeping his ground. I think that's the most important thing. But the thing is, like, when you're behind and you're keeping your ground, there's only so much time left in the game. That's kind of the concern here.
I actually feel like he even caught up a bit, so... Like, over the summit, I mean.
Yeah.
Especially given some unfortunate mistakes in 1.5k from flarebear. This could be a close race if flarebear... Like, as you said, you know, he can't just make up the rest of this time, this discrepancy, sorry, between them through just movement, but if flarebear does a mistake or two here, then there's definitely a chance at this race being closer than we probably would have expected.
Okay, keep skip, flarebear, first try. Not a very hard trick. It might be intimidating if you're new. I don't know. But what is a hard trick coming up? It's a door skip. Saves about 9 years, I think.
Something like that.
It's one of those theoretical things that no one's actually sat and calculated. But we'll see if flarebear attempts it here. He will be. Gets the first one right under.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's an interesting way to fail door skip. Oh,
that's what we call spike skip.
Yeah, I don't.
But he failed.
Jeez. Okay, flarebear. Oh, okay. Controller issues. It's okay.
Will he give in? Is the question now. Will he give in?
Oh, this is what we talked
grumble?
about like that discrepancy. Getting lowered by mistakes like this, flarebear. He's actually losing a lot of time here. Okay.
Oh, and he nodded.
There we go. There we go. Flarebear making the race more interesting.
Yeah, he's just the MVP here. The people's champ. So that strat saves a second, and it costs Flarebear around a minute. So I would say that is about worth it.
Pretty worth.
I'm not a maths guy, but that sound like the numbers seem to add up.
I think so.
As I'm sorry, Sonic just kind of he died to like just missing a bubble. Kind of unfortunate death.
We'll see. I don't think will Sonic Blaster attempt door skip. He will.
Oh.
First try on the first door. Second door. Oh! You hate to see it. And he goes right away. He's not going to make the same mistake Flare did.
And I respect it. Because at this point I feel like door skip is like such a community thing where people just kind of...
Yeah, it definitely
all the time. I respect him, you know, seeing, okay, I'm probably on PB pace here. I can maybe even win this race. Let's not lose time here. I respect him skipping it out.
I wish I made that decision when I got my 31 flat, but
here we are. That one?
Okay, Flarebear, actually, he completely finished the downdraft section while we were looking at Sonic. Quick note on Sonic Blaster, sonic33blaster, his speedrun.com PB is a 37:19, which means, if I've crunched the numbers correctly, he needs a 3:30 3,000 meter to close out a PB, which is very doable, and in fact, probably expected for most players, I'd say.
Yeah, that sounds definitely possible. So, you know, keep your eyes on Flarebear for sure, but maybe want to, you know, put one eye on Sonic, because he could definitely PB here.
That's why we have two eyes, Oddbod. One for watching Celeste, and the other for watching Celeste.
Wait, you telling me you have two eyes?
I just opened my third eye, actually. Okay, Flarebear actually had a lot of Flag 13 deaths. Quite actually a flag with a reputation, I'd say.
Oh.
Ooh, these deaths are looking ugly for Flare.
And yeah, Flag 13 definitely, it has quite a reputation.
It's a very long flag, and it's quite easy to die on, actually.
Especially at the very end. That's like the ending's kind of tight. Oh. Oh, he just retries. Okay, that works. He didn't have enough height the first time, but...
Flag number 7, Flarebear. Straight cruising up the mountain. And as Sonic Blaster is going to be hoping he continues to pace up the updraft, Flarebear is going to enter the last screen of Chapter 7. Ooh, that death from Sonic Blaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looked like he was even startled off of that when he respawned.
Alright. Ending stretch for Flarebear. Oh!
Oh, that's feather control.
That's such a weird spot there, too. I feel like they put that there just to mess it up. The little spot there between the wall and the spikes. Oh.
Flarebear here.
Flarebear, do this 2 more times and we have a race.
Right? However, looks like he'll make it up to flag. Skips flag 2! Oh boy. This is where races can be lost, people. Just saying. But however, Flarebear is actually looking good. That was kind of close, but...
He didn't choke it.
Yes,
it's fine.
Did tag onto flag 1 here. Oh god.
I just shut up.
Yeah.
He didn't choke it, I say, just as he proceeds to choke. Oh well.
Flag 1. Hardest flag in the video game. However, Flarebear.
And he doesn't die on the cutscene. He doesn't die on the cutscene.
That's very impressive.
What was that from Flare? Let's have a look.
36-11.
36-11. So
about
just
a minute and a half off his PB.
yeah, it's a pretty solid run.
So that does mean flarebear is the winner of this match, and that he will go on to play Birdo Prey in the next lower bracket match. However, Sonic Blaster here.
And I think for the people that just saw it, Sonic Blaster just had a really unfortunate death, and I think he kind of realized that he just killed PB. This is a bit of a feels bad man if I ever saw one.
Yeah, this is yikes, Sonic Blaster. I feel really bad.
He just kind of jumped in place like 3 times after death, but I mean, he can't really feel too bad about this. I definitely feel like he played really well, and definitely better than I guess most people expected.
For sure.
Definitely can't beat himself.
I think
his performance.
Going out of the tournament with a PB would have been a great way to end it, but
definitely
a couple less than 20 seconds off, applying he doesn't pull a revo, you know, would not be bad at all in the slightest.
Yeah, this looks really good. I think 20 seconds is a good estimate. Let's have a look. 37-37. So yeah, that's only 18 seconds off his PB. That's actually a really good run.
Very impressive. Alright, ladies and gentlemen of speed gaming, we have our victor, Flarebear, by about a better half of a minute and 20 seconds. We'll be taking the match over Sonic Blaster, looking to head into the lower bracket, loser bracket, the people already lost a match bracket. And we actually will be getting the runners in here.
Yeah, we have Flarebear already with us. Thanks, Sonic might join soon. What's up, Flarebear? Congrats on your win.
Thanks.
So how do you feel about that run?
Okay, you know the like the comparing brain sizes memes?
I
might have seen it once or twice.
I went peanut brain mode that race. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, from like a viewer perspective, the way I felt about it is you played like decently well in most chapters, and then you just had like a few kind of sad mistakes.
Yeah, I had like my reflection was pretty.
Oh yeah.
Well, Flarebear, I have one question for you before we introduce our other runner, which is how about door skip?
I literally did not even know that I could die that way on door skip. It caught me off guard so hard. Generally, on first attempt, I usually don't have troubles with it. But I dashed up into spikes that I forgot existed. It actually threw me off guard. And then after that, I just couldn't get back in the groove of it. So...
It definitely happens, yeah.
And before Msushi introduces our other runner, Flarebear, how do you feel about leg skip?
Leg skip is RNG. So that's why I stopped going for it after 5 attempts.
I respect that.
Okay, here we also have Sonic Blaster. How are you doing, man?
Dude, I'm doing okay. That run was a little bit of a disappointment, but it was still fun.
Yeah, so of course, I guess the first major thing is, unfortunately, you are out of the tournament, and I want to ask you, going into this match, no disrespect intended here, because I know we have tons of varying skill levels in this tournament, and I guess even making it to the bracket is impressive in its own right, but you were 3 minutes down in terms of the PBs coming into this race. How did that affect your mindset at all, do you think?
Oh, well yeah, I wasn't expecting to win this race, to be honest. I was not expecting to win this whatsoever. Also, the past 2 months or so, I really haven't put much time into this game, so the fact that I was still relatively close to my PB with that, in my opinion, pretty bad run, I was pretty happy with it.
Considering all that, you should be really happy. This race was really close, actually, and I mean, you came, like, what, 18 seconds short of your PB? That's really good.
Thanks.
I was just about to touch on that. I believed me and Oddbot throughout the race were alluding to the fact that we didn't notice it until Summit, but you were actually on what could have been a PB pace run. And how do you think that affected your mentality at all? Because I know it did kind of end up going sour in 3000, so...
Yeah, I noticed I was on PB pace, and it definitely played a little bit of an effect, but also it was just kind of all those little mistakes previous in the run. Those also really played a big toll. Just thinking about those previous deaths, and I was like, why'd I die there instead of actually focusing on the save that I'm on?
I can relate to that sentiment, for sure.
Yep.
But yeah, I guess, I actually don't remember too much significant about your run, Sonic Blaster. I know we memed with Flarebear about leg skip and door skip, but I can't remember too many very big mistakes, so... Do you have anything in general you want to say about your run? Anything especially good, especially bad?
Okay, well, chapters 1 and chapters 2 are usually, like, you know, I usually do good on those. I lost 30 seconds compared to an average time for no reason for the first time ever, probably. So, right off the bat, I was just in a bad mindset for the rest of the run. But then chapter 3 actually went surprisingly well for me being kind of down on myself. So, it kind of brought me back into it. And then, I don't know, Summit's being Summit, so there's that.
Alright, well, yeah, that's definitely... Mentality, I feel, is very important in this game, as it is very fast-paced, half an hour long, you know. You can't really dwell on your, you know, other stuff, but
Sure.
glad to hear that overall, the run definitely surpassed your expectations, yes?
Sure did.
That's awesome to hear. Now, of course, unfortunately, Sonic, I do hate to say this, but you are out of the tournament.
No.
However, Flarebear, you are the victor here, and you will be going off to face Birdo Prey. What are your thoughts on that matchup?
It's complete luck whether or not I play well, I feel like, in the past couple of days, so I feel like it could honestly just be a coin flip on who wins on that one, because we both have really close times.
So you're saying it's going to be a close match, yes?
I hope so, assuming I don't play really, really bad like I did this time.
Well, make sure you guys check out that race whenever it will be scheduled, as well as you make sure you check out the runners and the commentators. I believe those links have been posted in the chat. Oddbot, do you have any more questions for our runners?
Not really. I think we covered out everything.
My ridge
Awesome.
was insane.
Yeah, that spike jump in the last screen. I can't believe the man went for it.
Actually, what's that about?
Which one?
In the very last room of Ridge, like I guess the second to last room technically, but
I was trying to do the thing where you like buffer yourself out of the spikes and you can land on that platform and then hyper off of it. And I actually got the difficult part of it, and then I just flew past it because of the wind, so I didn't get the hyper. I was sad about that.
I haven't even seen that strat. I thought you were just kind of like fooling around.
No, it's a thing. It's in the task, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Like, going into Cliff Face, I was so far ahead of my ILPB. It was crazy. Because, like, I got sub 1 minute into the auto-scroller room. And normally, if I'm on a decent pace for an IL, I just go for the safe strat there. But I wanted to do the ultra thing. And then I got it, and I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, I do actually remember you going for that strat. It is I mean, it's not an incredibly hard strat, but it's just very punishing, because if you do die it, oh my god, if you do die in that room, you lose about 10 seconds, so it is quite punishing. Of course, it's very interesting to see the confidence some runners have going into these races, especially these elimination matches. Because...
Yeah, next match I'll be doing blockless. So
looking forward to it. Alright, and I know I generally do like to ask this, although it is unfortunate because of the contrast of these players, but Flarebear and Sonic, do you guys have any goals regarding Celeste? I know, Sonic, you're out of the tournament, and you did mention you haven't been playing for a while, so I don't know if that question is really significant to you, but do either of you have any goals for the category, or just in Celeste in general?
33 and top 16 in the tournament.
Straight to the point, wow.
Good luck. I would like to get a sub 35, because, I mean, this run wasn't very good, and I felt like I could do a lot better, but at the same time, I might just stop playing it, and then I might learn all red berries at some point later on, probably a couple months from now.
Alright, well, hopefully that all works out for you people, because, you know, best of luck with speedrunning. It's a great hobby, and there's lots of more you can see over here on these speed gaming channels. There are like 9 of them. There's Speed Gaming with no number, Speed Gaming 2 through 6, Speed Gaming French, Spanish, and German, all of course in their respective language, not actually those URLs. So I'm getting sidetracked. Regardless, you should follow those, and you can also follow our runners and our commentators. They're all okay at the game. We also, coming up here, I believe we have Super Mario Galaxy 90% tournament, so that will be right on this channel coming up right when we leave here, so make sure you don't go anywhere, folks. You will want to see this. In terms of the Celeste tournament, I know we don't really have anything else going on tonight, I don't think, so.
Sure, we can check the schedule.
Yeah, we're starting to thin out our best of 1 matches here, so. Yeah, we have 2 matches tomorrow. Sight First, Maya Undefined, and Cookie Apocalypse versus Ventisi.
It's
I
both
believe.
really interesting. Check those out for sure.
Yeah, make sure exclamation point Celeste in the chat. That is a command. You cannot type that in. Get some good information. So if you're interested in following the Celeste tournament, we're gonna get to some pretty good hype matches soon. Best of 3s, all that good stuff. Make sure you stay tuned. This tournament, all the Speed Games tournaments, they do a lot of stuff here. But it's now 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think we're overstaying our welcome. Hopefully, you guys will enjoy Super Mario Galaxy, the race coming up. And signing off for the night, people. My name's Minam Sushi. Anyone else? All right.
Thanks for commentating, guys.
Yeah, thanks for racing.
Thank you for.
Speedrun a hat in time. Goodbye.
Anime sucks. Goodbye.
I'm just
Good night.
leaving. Goodbye.